Hi there, Selective Collective. This is Kim. I'm gonna do a collective reading for you guys. Obviously. I hope you all are doing good. I just had a shower that totally energized me, and I'm telling you, I have been hit with some kind of massive energy fatigue the last couple of days. I'm like, oh, I don't know what it is. Anyway, that just energized me, and it's like, I'm gonna get on here. I listened to a song before this. It was Fever Ray, Leave the Streets Empty for Me. No. They're the ones, if you don't know who that is, Fever Ray. You do if I tell you what song they're known for. The Vikings, that amazing show. Absolutely amazing show. It had that song, If I Had a Heart. Da-na-na-na, more, give me more, give me more. And it was like the intro to that, and the outro. Anyway, Keep the Streets Empty for Me, though. It was one of their other songs I was listening to. Oh, goodness. Okay. That's what this is going to be about. Well, we have to look at how it came out, too. Sideways. It looks like a bunch of... This looks like the energy that I've had to sift through the last couple of days. It feels like what I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna sleep. No, it's the despicable face, okay? There's eyes on this card. There's eyes, and I get a judgy energy from it. I don't like judgy energy, but I do get it from it. But I'm getting the feeling like like you don't care, and also the message that's coming out is that it's half and half. It's not all shame or projections. It's not all bad projections. I'm getting half and half, but I am getting that you're being looked at. So, giving a little Watchers vibe to me here today. And then the wise salt, which there's the magic symbol on this card. Salt is really important. You've probably heard me tell you the story about salt. It's one of the oldest myths. I guess I'm going to tell you again. It's one of the oldest myths, and I'll make it really quick. But it's where this king has 3 daughters, and he's asking them, how much do you all love me, basically. And so the first daughter in the myth says, I love you more than all the gems in the city, all the gems in this city. And so he accepts that. And then the next sister says, I love you more than all the gold in our city, our empire. And he accepts that. And then the third third sister says, I love you more than all the salt in our city. And he says, salt. And he's upset. He's upset with her, and he says, I can't believe you would compare your love to me to salt. And he sends her away. He actually exiles, in this myth, he exiles the sister, the daughter, and takes away her ability to have any kind of rule. And so she goes out, and she actually, what happens to her angers the god of salt, or the Lord of salt. And so what they do is turn all of the salt in the city, in the king's city, to gold flakes instead. And this is one of the oldest myths, okay? So you've got to think that salt was used to preserve food. Salt was used for taste, and it is an electrolyte. It helps us balance our sodium potassium pump, which is our heart. It helps to keep the blood going, right? So pretty soon, at first he's happy, and then very soon people start getting sick, and they're dying, disease, and things that were affected when you took away the salt. Salt is also kind of like as it preserves, it's kind of like I don't want to say disinfectant, but it has a way of keeping out the elements that would breed, be a breeding ground for bacteria and things like that. And so without the salt, then stuff was growing and people were dying. And in the meantime, this daughter that he exiled is getting married to no other than the Salt King. So she gets married to the Salt King and hears of her father's distress. The king is summoning her back. And so she shows up with the Salt King, and he apologizes to her and tells her that that is wise, what she said, that it is the salt that we need, and that he's sorry, and that she has the automatic next rule because of his honestly a fatal mistake in judgment. And so the Salt King, her pleads to whoever the Salt God is, and then they release the magic, the gold. So that's just kind of interesting because, I mean, it's giving a lot of different messages here too for me as far as what we describe as wisdom, who we describe as being wise, or who we accept in our lives to be able to teach us a thing or two. Who we are open. The salt of the earth, the essentials. The essentials. You need it. You need it. And the ones that are overlooked, that are needed in this world just for it to even go right. Because you have all these other, like I'm seeing all these other hierarchy, you know. And yeah, sure, there's people at the very tippy top, but they wouldn't make it without the salt of the earth people. They wouldn't make it. So there's something about that and your wisdom. So definitely, like when they mention, also in biblical references, you know, of being the salt of the earth, it is mentioned. It's because it's scattered. It's scattered. And then I just look back to what the function of it is as far as not letting something spoil. So that's just an interesting little story. I've only told it once, so chances are you probably didn't see the video where I told it the first time. Salt also provides traction on ice when we're trying to get out of a rut. You have an experience, you learn how to get through it, and then that experience is now wisdom when you get to act upon what you learned to get you. So if you find yourself in a tough situation, there's a good chance I'm speaking to people who've already been through something very similar to things that they experience where they have to get out of something, and so now it would be the action would be the wisdom. I love this. I love this. I love this. The Earth's Heart. I absolutely love this card. Because everybody likes a treasure. Everybody loves the treasure part. Everybody loves the idea of having to plan and strategize. Like, think of the Goonies, okay? Think of the Goonies. There's all these scary things to get through, to get to this ship, this pirate ship. And they had to encounter horrible personalities with weapons and guns. Booby traps all over the place. But they found it. And it was represented as having to go down into this like cave. And this is representing like what we go through when we're trying to go, you know, we are experiencing each layer of ourselves. And so on the card, a really good representation, which if I didn't mention, this is Kim Krantz' Wild Unknown Alchemy deck. One of my favorite decks of hers. But so the spirit realm up here represented by that, some people call it the Sky Father. There's spirit, basically. So we have ethereal, we have spirit here at the top. And then we have kind of like the light color of the sun coming through on the top of the fertile grasses and trees and green stuff. And we have the wheat, the harvest, the wheat. The wheat is what feeds us. You are rich to just get to the wheat part. You are already wealthy. But this card is saying that you went even deeper than that. You went a little bit deeper than just the surface layer, which I almost see the wheat as like the survival layer in a sense, and what we must do to satisfy Maslow's hierarchy of needs, like what we must do just to keep ourselves alive. And then we go to this next row and we have the golden nuggets. They're small at first, and then they lead to bigger ones. And then we have a lot of dark stuff to get to, because really the Earth's core is just as mysterious as parts of the ocean to us. We don't know exactly everything that's there, just like you don't exactly know everything that you have yet to discover in yourself. And I guarantee you there is a gift within you, deep within the Earth's heart of your soul, of your being. This is more than self-inquiry. This is like this has been a big process, and the flower is growing, or the rose, a very quantum representing eternal love. It's quantum. Like something about even the smell is quantum. You can look that up. Anyway, so the darkness, though, that's where this is found. And so it just goes to show, like, so if you have some eyes or other people that don't really understand what you have been through to get to this rose, then they just simply don't understand. Maybe they have to go digging for their own rose. And eventually maybe they will. But what I see is you dealing with that situation where probably don't even care too much about this, but I almost see this as like also your spirit team and your angels watching you and kind of like cheering you on as you get to this. This can be a spiritual gift or ability. So I am going to pull out the Oracle of Genetic Gifts. And let's see. You have the moon, just changes, phases, mysterious, divine feminine, and the autumn card, which is a change of season, but also there's a harvest there. And it was 13:33 on the clock, or on the timer, when I said that's your harvest, the change of season. And so that means like your individual self pioneering something very powerful within divine creation. It's kind of big. It's big. Okay, and I bought this deck a long time ago, actually, off of Etsy, in case you are wondering. And let me do a quick announcement to thank you for liking and subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you for your beautiful comments. I love reading them. And thank you to people who have purchased private readings. That is in the description box. It's a recorded reading, and there's 3 different affordable prices. I try to keep them affordable for people. And they're recorded readings sent to you. So you put in the notes what you want to know, and you send me an email. But let's go on. I want to know, Spirit, what is the Earth's Heart Rose about? What are we finding? What are we finding? It looks like an equation, doesn't it? Looks like an equation. Whoa. Your dad? No, your paternal. There's something about you finding a gift that lay deep within you, ready to be turned on, maybe at a specific time for some of you all. Maybe for others, it just simply had to do with your wanting to find it. But it comes from, they're saying, the father's side. So anybody on the father's side. It's associated with spiritual gifts, wisdom, something you have inherited from the father's side. Wow, big on the ancestry, guys. Big. Okay, so I'm definitely picking up people that could be psychic mediums or have ability to communicate with passed on relatives. Maybe even you do that telepathically already. That's something you wouldn't tell people about. You know what I mean? With your deceased relatives. But I feel feeling like you could probably do this for other people too. So ancestral line is older than Earth. That's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, you can think about it. Older than Earth. So it's out of this star system. I have a hard enough time imagining the vastness of the cosmos. It blows my mind, the study of cosmology. It blows my mind. Just thinking about it, I would find that field to be very overwhelming just because of the, wow, the vastness. And so this is literally saying, yeah, it may be somewhere else. So what are the gifts exactly? Maybe you can touch upon some gifts that you have sent these beautiful viewers here to share. TV news media. Well, I did say share, to share. Maybe that's how. Maybe that's how. And then empath. But TV news media. TV or news platform for spiritual purposes. For spiritual purposes. And I got a crown chakra tingle there as I said that. That's interesting. Empath. Extremely sensitive person who feels another's emotions. Wow, well that just opens up a lot of different categories for me. That could that could be a lot of things. Oh. Okay, this one's probably you too, and this one's probably you too. And then I'm gonna stop it at that. I'll tell you what was on the bottom was Instagram platform, in case you're wondering. On the bottom, I can't tell you much about Instagram, but could be talking about documenting by way of photos too. So this is big. This is big because this ascension number 10, and I don't know too much about the number part, but I do know about what they talk about here on the like, because this whole deck did not come with the with a guidebook. It was something I had to kind of figure out for myself, but a lot of it relates to Dolores Cannon's work, I find. Not all, but some of it does. But ascension number 10 here, it says Nirvana plane. Okay. Nirvana is perfection, from what I understand. Nirvana is that perfection. Okay. It's probably not the exact definition. In fact, if you would like to put in the comments the exact definition of nirvana, that would be great. Other than, it was a great group growing up. A little sad, but he was a life path number 9. Just a out there fact. Okay, so it says 12-strand DNA and teleportation. And so the reason why that is important to know that it does lean somewhere towards perfection is because the 12-strand DNA, kind of like the theory behind it, very general, I'm going to be really broad about this, is that it was the original blueprint from the divine for humans. Not meant to break down from illness and disease. Bodies that were meant to immediately understand and sense what was going on. Very in tune with sixth sense. Able to cope with life here. Even able to have a body that is constantly like healing and renewing itself. Like it's the way that it was meant to be in the beginning. Before whatever story you want to actually attach to our DNA being altered. But we do have a proof to tell you that there is proof that there are things they labeled junk DNA as being inactive, don't know what the heck it's for, basically, is what, and that kind of gives you a clue that there was probably something done. And this is like, it's big because it's almost like saying you're here to bring that activation onto the planet. And I'm telling you, I've been getting this 12-strand DNA message for a lot of people. I think it's also tied to Christ consciousness as far as the teaching goes, but not in a specific religion. It's more like the Christos, I don't know how to explain. I don't know how else to explain it for you, but I know that if you had a body that was healing constantly, then yeah, you would have less issues with aging because your body would be renewing all the time. And also, we have man-made religions to set into us beliefs. And beliefs are very powerful as to what is actually going to show up and appear for you in your life. And we know this. So there feels like a little bit of reprogramming of, or that it just comes with this activation. There is, the only programming would be the divine programming. I don't know. Maybe you know more about that than I do, actually. So then I have Lightworker, which says awakened healer, teacher, leader, truth seeker. And then I have the spiritual teacher, priest or priestess. That's big too. So you have this TV or news or media. So it could be on any kind of platform where you, oh, wow, oh, yeah, I'm getting that. Not only are you like a guiding light to others, but if you see on the spiritual teacher card, they have a lighthouse. This looks like the one on Cape Cod. I guess they all kind of look like that, don't they, with those stripes? But it reminds me of the one on Cape Cod. It provides rescue. It provides rescue to others so that they don't. To me, you know what it's given vibes of? It's given vibes of waves of volunteers from other dimensions that are here to provide rescue so that humans get upgraded before we like off ourselves. I mean, I'm just saying it as plainly as like, so that we don't self-destruct. You're to provide a spiritual light or a way, and you are like a salt, like the salt, the sprinkles. You're like sprinkles of light as these light workers. Wow. Providing rescue to him for humanity. And it's really important that you work on yourself and try to go deep to the core and discover this great thing in the earth's heart, because it feels like it's going to light you up even more than you already do, and you already do. Okay, that's already coming out. I'm going to pull from the Sacred Spirit deck. This is a beautiful deck, and it would be really good for this reading, I think, in the direction that we're going in. The imagery is just beautiful anyway, isn't it? So, okay, empath. And you can see changes anyway. These words are getting more and more used and widely accepted. A long time ago, not even that long ago, empath would have been something that you found in a sci-fi movie with somebody in some like a water tank getting the information from the empath. And so this is like something that it feels like a raise in vibration that you're helping to normalize for people. Yeah, that's what I want to say, is that you're bringing this into, because with the information, with the knowledge, there's some types of activations that go on with what you do, your work, or whatever it is. There's some kind of activation that takes place. Nice. Okay, we can see this, right? There we go. You can see that now. 20 hidden realms. Create conscious awareness. This is what you're doing. This is what we just talked about. This is what you're doing, is creating conscious awareness. And you're activating. Because when you cause awareness, it's just like a belief in saying that I have I've been told this, so I have a belief. I must see it in order for it to, and so therefore that's junk DNA, because that's what they are saying. And your awareness comes in and says, no, 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 it's not. There is something else deep inside of you, and it's going to be unique, just as every star shines a little bit different, or just as every snowflake is a little bit different. So are the gifts and abilities here coming through. This is what you're doing. You're bringing awareness to hidden realms. Wow. There's a lot going on in that card, if you can see. There's a lot. Always reminds me of Metatron, but it has a little look like the Arcturians, and then this kind of looks like a Lyran here, and so we have a lot of different things. I don't know, maybe that's just me that sees Arcturian there, but we have the pineal gland, the third eye, even being represented here, because it looks just like a pine cone, which is all over Catholicism, by the way. The pine cone, the third eye, it's all over it. That's why I choose to study and learn about all kinds of religions, because I think that they all have a little bit of like truth seeded into them. Beautiful. Desire to change. The desire to change is an energy within itself. Awakened spirit, number 4, a desire to change. Birth of creation, potential growth. And this color is, what, can't even really see it. It's right here on the, it almost looks like it's on the crown chakra. And then of course we have other chakras that extend outside of our bodies. I think that some type of activation with this DNA would make it so that you're transmitting information a lot easier. A desire to change. And also, let's say that you are here to also not only go through your own change and transformation and awakening, but here to like show other people too. Because that despicable face card, I'm really not seeing it as, I'm not looking at it as bad. I'm seeing it as there's going to be some people that don't understand everything that you're doing or that you talk about or that you believe in. And then there's some others that do. And then ultimately, though, they all get led to the light eventually. So birth of creation, potential growth. On the bottom, I have divine will. Let's get another one. You have some kind of emotional challenge that is being resolved, actually, because of the way that it's coming out. You had something. There's some kind of emotional thing that we're dealing with. A challenge. You could also, because I'm seeing it attached to the spiritual teacher, so it's almost like something you do helps others to find solutions to their emotional challenges or struggles too. Resolving their issues. Oh, what a nice one to end it on, right? Eternal union, new love is forming. And then on the bottom, living light energy, see the beauty in life. See the beauty in life. I love this card. That one's one of my favorites. That one is one of my favorites. Eternal love, new love is forming. But it's an eternal union, right? Perhaps this is something older than Earth too. We don't know. Yeah, okay, so that's what I've got. I'm going to pull some fun cards here. Which these are fun to me. I love this stuff. But I'm going to pull some from the 108 deck. Just give some more information here as we close out this beautiful reading. With a 10 in the middle. That's a completion. I saw that one. I wasn't sure if that was going to come out or not. Kerosene. Aggressive, accelerate, ignite, determined, fuel, encourage, sustain, powerful. Look, I think it's saying you're a powerful empath. Yeah, that's what I think it's saying. Powerful empath. Yeah. Jeez, what are you about to do? What are you about to do? Dynamite. Excitement, passion, action. Destroy, break up, catalyst for change. That's it. Explosive. Fast. Does look like he's on a chariot here, doesn't it? Just fast. Checkered flag. Something about conclusion and ending coming soon. A finale. Finishing first, it says. Checkered flag. The end, achievement, culmination. This is the final chapter. You will be feeling relieved. Goodness. And for those of you who have felt like you were the lone wolf for too long and didn't have anybody to relate to really or share some type of love with, like that looks like that might be being replaced. Because I do have, and this might be an energy that I know for myself, I've been in this energy most all my life. But it's the lone wolf style, nonconformist, breaking rules, enjoy the ride, moving on, a need for speed. But this can be saying that there's something coming in where somebody could relate to you. Yeah, as I say that, I have roses, love, romance, appreciation, affection, high EQ, gifts, friendship, infatuated, enchanted, passion, fidelity, tender, yearning, attached. It's going to be a change from this biker style that maybe we've been on for a while. What's underneath this? Dark night of the soul. Oh. It's the dark night of the soul. Life brings new meaning when we notice it's covered up by the light. Or it's been illuminated by the light. The living light energy. I'll do a few more. It's my OCD. I have a few spots that seem like they should be covered. Oh, the mother load. You're about to ignite. Mother load, prosperity, jackpot, success, good fortune, having plenty, accomplishment, on easy street, and sudden wealth. As you go deep, you have the tools here. I'm not going to read for that one because it was in the reverse and I don't know what it's about. But I do know that there's some adversity or overcoming, hardship or misfortune, a change of state. Though you have the tools. You have the practical abilities and you have spiritual tools as well as a team. You could look at your spiritual team as your toolbox, giving you the tools that you need. This, yeah, could be talking about adversity or setbacks, but we're taking a deep dive, just like the Earth's heart, going within observation, 0 point, in the void, a desire to know, deep thoughts, and subliminal. And actually, I'm going to close out with my angel number message because it's my favorite to close out with. Yeah, so thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoy this reading. I did. Wow. I didn't even know how that came out. I don't even know how that came out. Sideways. Well, odd numbers. 15, 17, and 19. 2 on the bottom. 15 says, your love for others is powerful and you're able to spread your gift of support far and wide. Your curious social nature brings you into contact with a variety of people, all who would benefit from your warm, heartfelt words of wisdom. I am wise. I am wise. 17, the quality of work you can produce when you're going at it alone is almost unbelievable. You are as independent as you are ambitious, capable of performing every step of the way with efficiency, focus, and skill. I am independent. And then 19, independence and self-sufficiency are necessities to you. You are, again, extremely capable. It says that twice. As well as independence and capable are coming out twice. You're capable in life and work, and you aren't afraid to take the big risk to achieve the life you desire. I am a pioneer. So that is what I've got for you. I'm sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye.